So let's start with this level 1 sequence to move, to energize your spine and bring in more energy to your body through stretching and moving your spine. So what you will do is first have your have your feet hip width apart, and imagine you're holding a ball, a beautiful, colorful ball. You pick your own color and it's magnetic. So you kind of have to press down to keep it together. Kind of it's exerting a force against your palms. So imagine you're holding it and you will do a rotation to 1 o'clock for you, change hands, and then 11 o'clock, and change hands, and 1 o'clock, and change hands, and then 11. And have a slight bend in your knees. What you want to do as you're doing it is sit down and on a bar stool. This is if your strength level allows it. Have a gentle bend in your knees, and this kind of position where you're sitting down on a windowsill behind you or a bar stool throughout the poses. And of course, stay stable and listen to your body, and only do it to the level that's comfortable to you. So imagine again that you have this ball. So let's keep moving it from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and change hands and move it to 1 and then to 11 and back. And when you move your body with your torso. Imagine that your nose is attached to your belly. So when your nose moves, your belly is moving. So you're not just moving with your chest, you're moving with your whole torso from your lower abdomen and side to side. And so you're moving the spinal rotation side to side. So your spine moves both up and down and side to side. And we want to stretch and use both. So let's come back to center. And now keep your stance grounded and the knees bent, sitting back on that imaginary bar stool if you can. And what you'll do is now this ball is in the center, and you will raise your lower arm and press up, and you will press down with your bottom arm. And then you will change, your bottom arm goes now up and stretches up. And this is a gentle stretch. And your bottom arm now moves back, both move back to the center and change. And as you're doing this, also not only have this slight stretch with your hands, but feel the stretch and imagine the stretch with the crown of your head and also with your tailbone. So like that your spine is stretching in addition to your hands. So alternate and middle, and you're really kind of releasing the space between the vertebrae and stretching your beautiful spine so you can have more energy flowing freely up your spine, and eventually giving you more power for your brain, for your thinking, because everything is moving and energized when your spine moves. So we're almost like, imagine that you're kind of creating the space in between each vertebrae, like they're a string of pearls, and you're kind of stacking them up and creating a little space in between each of them. If you go to a chiropractor, that's kind of what they do. So you're just doing it with your intention and with your movement. So now come back to center. The next movement we will do is, I'll show you from the side, but you don't have to turn. Do whatever is easier for you. So what you will do is sit back again on that beautiful bar stool that we have behind us, and then tuck your pelvis in and tuck your shoulders in. So you're making a C curve with your body, and you're tucking your chin slightly in. So the C curve comes from your top of your head to your hips. And then what you'll do is you'll raise your arms and hold it for a little bit and really feel into that slight stretch of your spine. And then lower your hands and raise up your hips, straighten out your knees, but still hold this tuck in your pelvis. And then let it go. Let your hips back and head back. So you're kind of standing straight as if you would in your day to day. So let's do it again. Sit back in that imaginary chair or the bar on the bar stool and tuck your chin and tuck your hips in. Move, bring that pelvis in. Feel that movement. And now bring your hands up and hold it for a little bit. And then release your hands. Come up straight, standing straight, but still have that pelvis tuck. And now release the head and your hips. And now let's do it one more time. So sit back in that bar stool, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, bring your hands up, and hold this beautiful C curve. This is something that you don't usually do, or this is not a pose or a position that your spine gets to experience a lot. So now lower your hands and now straighten your knees, but keep the tuck, and then bring the hips back and head back into the normal stance. Doesn't that feel so good for your back? So the next position, what you will do is you will rotate your spine, have your feet still about shoulders width apart, and make sure you're grounded and stable on the floor. And you will do a slight rotation to side by swinging your arms and lightly tapping your body. So in addition to twisting your spine side to side, and only go as far as it's comfortable to you, it can be a very slight, gentle movement, or you can go a little further. Just listen to your spine and what feels good to you, what your body is okay with, what's supportive to your spine and your body. And this again is so energizing because you're also adding the tapping, kind of the slight tap of your body that is very good for your organs. It energizes actually your beautiful internal organs. So side to side and side to side. Let's do 3 more times. 2 and 3. Isn't it so gorgeous to see all the green outside and then come back and step back in? For the next movement, grab a chair, sit down, right? It feels so good to come back to sitting after you moved, and put your palms together in a prayer-like position. And what you'll do is look to the side and press your palms the other way and come back. So you're pressing gently against the palms against each other, and look to the side over your other shoulder. You can really feel it also going into here, into your shoulder, releasing some of the tightness and the tension. And 1 and 2. I love being outside and bringing you outside with me. Isn't it so much nicer than sitting inside? Love the green It is a little hot for sure, but that's okay. It's in sauna, outside sauna. And thankfully there is shade. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do 2 more. 1, I really feel this one. Do you feel it? Oh my God, your body will be so thankful to you. Okay, for the next movement, remain sitting. You can remain in the same position. I'm just changing to the side so you can see the movement better. But have your feet about hip width or a little wider apart, strong, just on the ground, on your floor. And we will be moving the whole spine. And it's kind of a position like imagining being a turtle. So what you will do is hold, tuck the chin, and you will be doing a wave like motion. So you're tucking, so now you're rounding your spine, tucking your chin, and rolling out. And then as you come up, you're looking up. So tuck your chin and move down as you round your back like a turtle. And then you're moving your spine into the opposite. So looking up with your neck and gaze up. And now tuck in, round the spine, and down, and come up, looking up. And as you go down, you're like a turtle, rounding your spine and going down. And then as you come up, you're stretching up and looking up with your gaze. And again, round, go down, and then stretch up and look up. And you're going into kind of this circle. You can also imagine that you're drawing a circle with your chin. You know, your chin is kind of going into this circle. It's making a circular motion if it's easier for you to think about the movement that way. So round your spine and look up. And round your spine, tuck your chin and down. And now as you go up, you look up. And let's do one more curve, one more round, and look up. Come back to a neutral seating position. Did that bring more energy, kind of more of that wave-like motion, more aliveness into your spine? So remain sitting, and next we will keep moving your spine, and also this opens up and works on your shoulders and releasing some of the tension from your body. So as we're energizing the spine, we're also working some of the other joints and muscle groups. So what you'll do is make these kind of chicken arms and roll your shoulders. So I'm going back to forward, and you're really opening up and working that shoulder area. And also it's so good to your spine, so good to your back. You can really kind of, as you make the curve, if it feels good to you, you can exaggerate it, kind of really feel into the motion and the movement and what feels good and supportive to you. And sometimes if there's more tension or more stagnation, you can feel really good to even exaggerate that curve. And 1, 2, and 3. And let's change the direction. 1, 2, and you can make these circles really small depending on how this feels to you. If you feel some tightness or you don't work your shoulders or move your shoulders much, or you want to be very careful with your shoulders, so then just make small circles. It doesn't really matter how big the circles are. What matters is you're energizing your body and you're moving it, and you're moving your spine, and it also is moving kind of the lower, the like lower, kind of the neck base area. So 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Let's come back to standing. And what you will do is have your feet shoulder width or a little wider apart, and slouch kind of round your back and let your head kind of droop down, like tuck your chin, and then raise your chin and also roll open your shoulders and look up. And it's a small movement in and out. And it doesn't really have to be a big or exaggerated movement. So you're essentially just opening up as you lift your chin, and then rolling in your shoulders as you lower you and tuck your chin. And up, and kind of it's a small rolling with your shoulders and straightening and kind of arching your back slightly and rounding it and arching back slightly and rounding your shoulders. And the main arch is really, it's in the shoulder movement. So again, don't overdo it. Just do it lightly and gently. And up, look up, and tuck your chin. And let's do 3 more times. 1 and 2 and 3. Moving your spine is really the most magical way to unlock your energy. So the more you move your spine throughout the day with these movements that are super accessible, the more energy will be able to come up your spine and extend throughout your body, including your brain. And let's end it with this beautiful kind of circulation of the arms, circling the arms. So your spine will move. Let's do this final movement. Stand up, feet hip width apart or a little wider, whatever is stable for you. And you will just move your arms. Let's move both of them outside or to the outside of the walls to your right and your left. And you will feel how it also gently is moving your spine. So you will sway as you're rotating your arms. This is also really good for your elbow joints. But this is a relaxing and supportive movement to your spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So thank you for being here. I'd love to hear how this felt to you. And I hope this infused a little drop of energy and vibrancy into your body and into your day. Thank you for being here.